So if I want to add a new system to this to connect to, I've installed a new system and I want to connect it to. So what I'll do is I'll click on this, create a new connection. Okay. Here I can give some description. Then I should give the details of the server where it is running, instance number and SID. Let me log into this server and I'll show you how I get that information. So this GUI is, you'll be able to connect only to ABAP system. Java system has to be connected to a web browser. So I'm checking the details of the ABAP system, SOD system. I can easily find out the details from this profile itself. So this is the server where the server is running. I mean, where the system is running. So I'll follow the details there. The server name, the instance number is this for this system instance number is 01. You can find it out from the profile this 01, or you can go to cd usr sap cd sod. So this is the last two digits is the instance number for this ABAP 01. So the 01 will be my instance number. SOD. It will get connected to that particular backend system. So this is where there is only one application server. SOD for this system, there is only one application server. So where I can directly connect to this server. In some system, I showed you a production landscape, right? Where we have like 3 servers are there, this system. Since here we have 3 servers, if I give this server name, I gave this server name, it will always log into me only this server name. But when we have like 3 servers, for we have to distribute the load equally. Like if first user logs in, he has to log into one first server. If the second, if there is 2 users, if there are like 50 users logged in, it should be equally distributed, like 15 users among all 3 servers, something like that. Based on the load, it has to distribute. So in that case, how we create is when you will be creating this entry in a different way. When I create a new entry, here last time I used the default, which is custom application server. Now we have to use a group server selection. This group server selection, what it does it? We give the message server details in this. Instead of the direct application server, we give the message server details, and based on the load, it will redirect to whichever application is having less load. So here I give we this connection for load balancing. Okay, I give this. Okay, I'll give you this EQ1. I think I've already created one. Echo. Leave this one. Let's go to this. We'll create a new connection. I choose group server selection. Description is E1. Okay, let me go and find out the details from the CP1 server. So here, last time when I created a new connection, that's it. Okay, I gave the application server details. Here we have to give the server where the message server is running. So this is where my message server is running. So I would give this details, which instance number 11. Okay. Okay. Here I would give, then I give the message server details. Then if I'll in that server there will be something called a log on group which should be defined. Like so it will when I choose this it will come by default. So I give only the I'll not giving any choosing any application server. I'm just giving the message server details and the system name. Then finish. So now if when I connect to this system, think maybe this, I don't know, for some reason it's not working now. But this is how we create a connection for load balancing. We give just the message server details, and it will pick. What happens is, I'll just cancel this. I'll log in directly to the one of these servers.
Prasanna, what we are doing?
Like we're trying. Earlier we used to connect directly to one server, right, to log into GUI. Now what we do is, see, when we instead of logging into directly to one server, if there are 3 servers for this EP1 server, if we see there are 3 servers running. So there are 3 servers. So when we earlier, when you like here, I have created a connection such that I have given the connection details such that like I have given directly app1. So every time I log in, I will log into only this particular server. So that should not happen in a production system, because there are 3 servers. Means based on the load, whenever I log in, I should not choose any of these servers. So based on the load, I should be logged into any of these 3 servers where there is the load is less.
Okay.
So what we do is we define something called a logon group here. So I can name anything. I can name this something like anything. And what I do is, on this logon group, I will assign systems. What are these servers I can use for this logon group? Example, if I take a dialog logon group, I have assigned this app01 and app02 to this logon group. So when I create a connection to use a logon load balancing, and I choose dialogs, the group server name as dialog, what it does is it will log into either of 01 or 02 based on the load. Wherever the load is less, whichever server is having very good response time or low load, it will log into either one of these servers. Similarly, after some time, if I include this 03 as well into dialog, then it will choose from any of the 3 servers.
Okay.
So that's the concept. That is the concept of load balancing. So what I was trying is, I am just telling how to configure that load balancing in the GUI to connect. Just if you want to. Yep.
So when we are trying to do this load balancing, we have to choose the connection type as group.
Yes. If you want to log into directly one server, you choose it as application server. So it will log in directly to whichever server you are choosing. If you want to use the logon group, you have to just choose group or server selection. Usually this would be configured for users, because they shouldn't be allowed to choose, because or else maybe if users individually configure, many users will configure one group. That shouldn't happen. So based on the load, system will distribute. You can also check how system distributes. If we go here, check load distribution. So now it sees based on this, like if you see on this server, the response time is 55 milliseconds, but on this server it is 196, and the third server is where, if you see, the response time is very good. That is because the number of users logged in is very less. There is only 6 users logged in. Here there are multiple users logged in. So based on it, we will the system will decide wherever whichever server is overloaded, it will not direct new users there. Whichever user is already logged in, they will be remaining on the same server. But when a new user logs in, system will route to the server where there is less load. Also, this will be useful. The reason why this app server 3 is not in any logon group is because this server is dedicated to only batch processing. Only like background jobs will be running on that server. It is so that if there is what they've identified, customers identified is during night when they run some like batch processing background jobs, they will run some reconciliation jobs and all. Or weekly they will run some jobs. It will reconcile everything on a weekly, what are the transactions done. So those kind of job will utilize more system resources. So they have dedicated this one server particularly for that kind of processing. So end users will not be logged into this server, because if end user also logs into this server, they will face slow performance. So this one server, they have not added to any logon group. Only app server 1 and 2 is added to the logon group. So here if you see, I am not giving any the app server name. So this is the app server name. It ends with app01 or app02. I'm not giving that name, but instead I would give the message server name, and I will choose the logon group, whichever suits mine. So here, if you see, I have defined these logon groups: dialog, public, system. The same thing will be listed here.
Okay. So first we have to mention in the logon group, na, that which logon group is for a particular server.
Yeah, for which logon group we are configuring for end user logon.
And
Here,
suppose we want to add another logon group in that logon table. That how should we add?
yeah, you can just create a new logon group and you can add any instances.
Logon instance. Okay.
Mostly we don't have, like, there will be only one or two they would create, based on why they're like, maybe they'll in, like, here there are only 3 server. If there are like 5 or 6 servers, what usually they do is they'll create 2-3 logon groups, and on for this dialog logon group they'll assign 2 servers. This one they'll assign another 2 servers, something like that. And they, based on the user, like if he is a factory user, they will be using a different logon group. If he is something like from a finance department, so they can distribute, like if they want all finance users to use some particular server, all factory users to use, but that is possible here. We can distribute it here. But here, like, all logon groups have all the same assignment. So it doesn't matter which logon group you use to log in. You will either log into app01 or app02. So for some reason, I think it's not working. No. It's not working because I choose. Could be, I don't know, if I am within the client network, it might work. Some ports, I think it's not open.